Y'all already know what it is. Sports Yak, and we back. Killer Cam the pilot. Let me fly it. Yeah, man, we here with a special episode, I would say. Um, this is Raider Nation Fridays, man. I'm gonna actually start doing this every week and talking to my Raider Nation people out there so we can have our own little, corner pocket of the show where you get news, updates, and really just not even news and updates, but just my opinion on a lot of different things. I would say that more so in my opinion. Um, because to be honest, man, it's a lot of people out there with opinions. It's a lot of talking heads in the media and a lot of them speak for us in Raider Nation, and they always got the same repetitive story. It's almost like none of these dudes ever really do no studying on us or anything, and they just say the same. It's almost like they expect us to be bad because that's just what they see our brand being right now, which is crazy because our brand is the NFL ain't nothing without the Raiders. And that's not just saying like prideful wise, that's actually a fact. That's the truth. So, but we can't continue to have these bad seasons, these underwhelming seasons and proving them right. Because honestly, they not accurate in their assessments. They just end up getting proven right because we be going through so much shit. And I have a theory on why we go through so much shit, but that's another topic for another day. We'll get into that. But today we're gonna talk about Chip Kelly, Ashton Jeanty in the stands, that he's asked him or not asked him to change, and kind of like what the response from the people has been on that, or at least what my response was on that, and then get into some early season predictions. We'll probably do that one or two more times before the season starts. So I just want to talk about a few games that I feel like we can win, man, and or not win, and see what that prediction is gonna turn out to. So let's get on into it. It ain't right if I don't let y'all know this is sports. Actually, I don't even want to be advertising, but y'all already know what that is. Y'all do know what that is. You know what I mean? And you do know that. So sit back, relax, and go and chill with your boy, man. All right, give me a C second. Hold on. Hold on. All right. You know what? Honestly, let's get into the chip. Let's get into the Chip Kelly Ashton Jeanty. Yeah, I said, hold on. That's big bro Van Glorious. He texts me right now. Um, Hold on. Salud, fellas and ladies. We ain't doing no chasers. This is the chaser. All right, let's get into it. So, man, to be real, I wanted to talk about the whole situation with Chip Kelly and Ashton Jeanty and um him changing his stance. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't for it. And it honestly made me real nervous. Um when you first started seeing video clips, like more so Raider Nation, us, and we follow certain insiders that put out videos and stuff. So we started to see it maybe a week before it kind of got big, before Kay Adams um actually brought it up, which I don't watch Kay Adams at all, but on some like journalism respect, she does her thing in a little messy, female way, but she was able to pull out a story that actually was in the long run a big story. But Raider Nation had already kind of seen this story building. Um, when I first seen Ashton Jeanty wasn't standing the way that he normally was standing, I was like, damn, well, why did he do that? You can only assume that he was told not to. Now, did we know if it was Chip or not? I think I assumed it was, but I didn't know yet. Then it came out at some point that Chip was the one that told him. How did it come out? Ashton Jeanty brought it up on Kay Adams' morning show, and she asked him, and he said that Chip Kelly brought up an analogy of how you would defend uh, an offensive player if you were in basketball. And it was like a bent knee stands and that whole thing. And Ashton was like, he was like, I'm gonna try to work with it. I'm gonna start by saying this, man. It was a big deal that Ashton, of course he could feel what he want to feel, but he was like, man, I'm gonna do it for now, and I'm gonna try to earn my keep and get back to what I'm used to on the stand in the way that that I like to stand, which I respect. That shows that he's coachable. That shows that he's a listener. That shows that he's willing to do what it takes to have that right connection with his offensive mind, and understand that he is a rookie. And right now, even though you're an exceptional running back, you got to soak in as much as you possibly can. That's what I did take from that. I was like real happy about that, but knowing that Chip Kelly had something to do with him changing it. That actually made me feel like, well, damn, you know, this is sign. This feels real Josh McDaniels-ish. And I think it's because we know that Chip Kelly had a similar run to a Josh McDaniels in the sense of not having that continuity with the players, destroying a team that was already great. He essentially did to the Eagles what Josh McDaniels did to us in the Broncos. So I don't want nothing to do with Chip Kelly. And when we got him, that was the only thing that I felt like in this offseason that was like Chip Kelly. Because don't get me wrong, I want us to be great, but if he starts to do good, Pete Carroll ain't gonna be here for 10 years. If Chip Kelly, and he's looking to be an NFL head coach again, I'd assume that's why he came back. If Chip Kelly has our offense looking good, he's gonna be our next head coach. I'd assume. I'd assume. Let me not say that because he could get a job somewhere else. But I'd assume he'd end up being moved to head coach, which that's cool, but it's like, all right, what is the culture going to be like? Because you don't want a guy who just can't read the room again. We just went through that. So that's my biggest thing about the offseason with Chip. So seeing that he had something to do with Ashton changing his stance, it's a flashback. It's that Josh McDaniels stick up your ass mentality. And I'm gonna be real. I'm like, Chip, if y'all looking at Chip, nigga, yeah, come on, Playboy. You ain't never ran the rock like that ever in your life. You never could. So, like, to tell him that he can't stand the way he's standing when he just almost broke a college record, doing it, broke all the school records at running back at his school, like, did all of this stuff. I felt like, man, there go Chip. That's the signs right there. Them is the signs that'll show you, man, this is gonna be a long run. We about to be in a long run of this bullshit again. And so that made me nervous. But fast forward to today, which is March. Today is Friday, March 30th. I hope this episode will be out today. Fast forward to today, really, which was yesterday. We had a presser. Chip Kelly actually was asked at the presser about that. Chip Kelly actually had a very, very reasonable explanation. Well, first he said, um, Dylan McCullough, the running back coach, is the one who told him to change his stance. Chip said he had nothing to do with that. He's not the running back coach. That was not actually him. Those are words out of Chip's mouth, saying he had nothing to do with telling him that. He just gave him the analogy of breaking down and understanding what the importance is of the bit knee strategy. He used Fred Warner as an example. Probably, I don't know if he is now, but for the better part of 5 years, Fred Warner's been one of the best linebackers in the league, if not the best. Um, if you got Fred Warner coming in that backfield, pause, within 2 seconds, all of that pretty boy stand up shit ain't going. This the NFL, Playboy. So I get that part of it, where it's like, hey, Ash, lock in. You can probably do that later, but lock in right now because you got the best of the best. This ain't Boise State. This is the best of the best. So I get that. I get that 1,000%. And I like that Ashton Jeanty took that on. Now, there is a blur. Like, how did that actually happen? Well, if Chip is saying, look, I never said that, but then Ashton is saying from Ashton's perspective, Chip is the one who told him. Well, then that makes me think that Dylan McCullough didn't tell him to change it, probably suggested it, and Chip probably emphasize the suggestion. I don't know because Chip is saying he never said nothing about him changing it. He just gave him the analogy. How that resulted in Ashton Jeanty saying Chip was the one, I don't know. I'm not gonna dig too much into it, but I do side with Chip at this point on it. It's like, yo, do I feel like Ashton needs to change it? I would let Ashton do it until we realize he needs to change it. Chip wants him to change it until he realizes he can do it. Flipped backwards around, however you want it. Potatoes, tomatoes, tomato. What? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Smoke weed. Sports Yak, we back. Y'all already know. Killer Candle Pilot. Let me fire. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We gonna keep this thing running. And yeah, man. So that's my little take on it, man. I felt a little way about it at first, but then when I hear Chip talking, not only did he say he wasn't the one that did it, but he just hearing the coach talk, it's like, man, that's coach. Chip ain't trying to be a dick about it. He knows how to handle his business. So let Chip do what Chip do. Ashton, I appreciate you for listening, man. You are the rookie. It's a pecking order. So when it comes down to the pecking order, listen to coach until you can earn that respect not to. That's my stance on that. Let's get into some predictions, man. Early season predictions for the team. Y'all gonna be surprised, man. Because listen, I ain't lowballing this. I don't give a fuck. I ain't lowballing this. It probably ain't gonna be my ceiling, but it's gonna be the floor. The floor it ain't going below my floor. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We are not going below my floor. We I don't know what people seeing in this. I know a lot of people talking about the turnover rate as far as rest. Listen, man, the Raiders have had some of the worst schedules before. This is one of the best schedules we've had in years. If rest is the worst thing we dealing with, man, ain't nobody worried about that. Niggas get hurt. We man, that's the last thing we worried about. What about these teams we playing? What about these not consistent weeks on the road that much? Like we only have one stretch where we're on the road 2 weeks in a row. One stretch. Never in my life have I seen we got a week a week eight bye. Is that one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight? A week eight bye. Our bye is usually super early or super late. Week eight is essentially the middle of the season. It's right before so I'm cool with it. But let's get on into it, man. I'm not gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all on the back end, but we just gonna get into it, man. Pats off the rip, dub. Anything where Josh McDaniels is at, kiss my ass. We ain't losing to fucking Josh McDaniels. Fuck Josh McDaniels. And you could call that personal or not. Now, if I just break it down on some strategy shit, on some real, I don't believe in Drake May. I feel like there's too much hype on Drake May. He should have never been picked third overall. And shit, if that's the case, Bo Nix should have been picked before him. I We don't know shit about Drake May yet. I'm not. Um, who else is over there? That's Stephon Diggs over there. Come on, Stephon's washed. He's a good player, but he's washed. He's snorting pink stuff on the boat with hoes. Stephon. That was a little shot. I'm bullshit. Hey, Steph, do your thing, playboy. Man, I ain't hating on the nigga. I'm just debating on the nigga, man. You know what I mean? It's talking about the Raiders, man. You in it? Pats, we get the dub. Chargers Monday night, we get the dub. Chargers, it's beef with y'all niggas. Y'all like the most hollowest, hyped up niggas. Y'all just weak, and they hype y'all up like y'all really. And that's what I realized, man. Because let me before I go into this schedule deeply, as a Raider fan, I ain't gonna lie, it's weird. All this offseason praise we've been getting this year. I don't even know the last time we've had this type of praise in the offseason. You talk about like, oh, your draft. It just seems like there's smarter people in the building and all. I'm like, damn, is that a shot at AP? First of all, he was a first year coach with a quarterback that he didn't draft or he didn't even put on the team. In both of them, the starter and the backup, he never had a chance. And then it's like, oh, there's smarter people in the building. All this, and I know it's like, wait, we've had decent like y'all might not have liked everything, but it's like, oh, it's the names. Because I always notice when they like these past years always put the Raiders at fourth place in our division and we end up making second behind the Chiefs. It's because we never had a name brand coach. We never had a quarterback that everybody respected. I respect Derek Carr, but shit, our own fan base didn't even respect him. The media didn't respect him. So we never had that quarterback coach combination. And that's how a lot of these people evaluate these games. They don't base it off of, stats, analytics, or who's actually good because they don't know. They can't keep up. They got too many other topics they talking about. They can't keep up. So the way they base it off of is quarterback and coach combination. Whoever has the better quarterback and the better coach, they're going to take that person. 9 times out of 10, unless that quarterback coach combination is just ass and been ass, and they just like, all right, we ain't fucking with them. But 9 times out of 10, the quarterback coach combination is who gets the nod in the media. We never really had the quarterback coach combination. They didn't like John Gruden when he came back. They hated on that. I'm like, how? John Gruden? What? What? I'm not even gonna get into that. But long story short, we have the quarterback coach combination now. They love the media fuck with Seattle. They had Gino and Pete. Now we got Gino and Pete. We got Tom Brady. We got Chip Kelly. We got all these respected people in the media's eyes, and that's why I feel like we get the praise now. Now all of a sudden you're hearing words like smart aligned with our offseason. Smart people in the building, grown men, better decision making. All these words that I've never heard around our organization ever. Now all of a sudden we getting aligned with all this shit. Who the fuck knows if Jack Best and all these boys gonna be good? We don't know. Nobody ever knows anything. But they dick ride, and I sound crazy saying that because I'm the Raider fan. I fuck with it, but I feel like it's a dick ride on us because of the quarterback coach combination, mainly the coach and the Tom Brady. It's really the coaches and the GM. I mean the owner, partial owner Tom Brady. That's why we're getting the love that we're getting. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't know if anybody would be paying attention to us. Um, so that's the crazy thing. But let's get back into the schedule, man. I got the dub against the Pats. I got a dub against the Chargers, man. The Chargers. And again, that's that quarterback coach combination. That's why they always punk them up. We getting that dub. They usually get us in the first week. It ain't happening this week. It's a Monday night game. First home opener. We getting the dub. We start the season 2-0, fellas. Then we go to Washington. We get the L in Washington. Although I don't completely think that could be an L. I think that's one of them games we could get and we could start 3-0, but I'm gonna give us the L. We start 2-1. Week 4, we go to Chicago comes to Vegas, we get the dub. I just feel like the experience at quarterback is gonna get that one. Don't get me wrong, Caleb. I think he's gonna have a breakout season, but I think the experience wins that one. I don't think Caleb is that much of a threat at quarterback because we are weak at DB. I don't think he's that much of a threat where we go, oh, Caleb, he's going to torch us like that. So I got us beating the Bears. Week 5 against the Colts. We go out to Indianapolis. We get that W. Again, I don't know who their quarterback is going to be week 5 for the Colts, but if it is Richardson, I forgot who their backup is. Well, I think Richardson actually might be the backup, but whoever it goes, we get that dub. Week 6 against the Titans, we get that dub. Week 7 against the Chiefs at Chiefs, we get the L. It's out there in Chiefs Kingdom. Forgot the name of their stadium, but yeah, it's out there. We get the L. Then we get the bye week in week 8. We get the rest. Now check this out. We go to 3-game win streak. We beat the Broncos in Denver. Then Dallas comes to Vegas and now this is the tricky one. We go to Denver on a Thursday night, coming off the bye. Cool. Coming off the Jags, my bad. So it's a short week there. And we go out to Denver. That's gonna be a tough one. Coming out the back off the bye, Jags at home, that's good. But then we gotta fly Sunday or probably Tuesday out to Denver and then play Denver on a Thursday night, um, which is gonna be a short week. Then We follow that. Follow we kind of get a little extra rest Thursday. Wait, so Thursday to Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You get an extra 4 days of rest the following week because we do a Thursday night against the Broncos, and then we do a Monday night the following week against the um the Dallas Cowboys. So I got us getting a W against the Cowboys, and that's at home. So we'll be nice rested once we go into that Cowboys game, and then we get a W against the Browns. Browns come out to Vegas, and that's the 3 game win streak. Then we go to LA. We lose to the Chargers. I got a split against the Chargers. I did want to give us two, but that I do gotta respect that Justin Herbert is not what they say he is, but he ain't a garbage quarterback. Jim Harbaugh's gonna run it down our throat. That'll be an L. Then I got us beating the Broncos. Yes, we are sweeping the Broncos. Back to regular schedule, ponies. This was just a fluke season. We had to get some shit out the way. We're gonna be back to whooping y'all ass really quickly. Don't worry about it. Eagles, we go out to Philly. We lose to the Eagles. I think everybody's expecting that L, but we'll see how that goes. Um, then we go to Houston. We lose to the Texans. So out of 4 games, we go 3-1 in that little stretch right there, which is tough. And then we beat NY at home, and then we beat the Chiefs at home week 17 or week 18 to go into the playoffs with a 12-5 season. With the 12-5 season, our floor being 9-8. Our floor being 9-8. Um, I don't see anything less than 9. That's just me being real. I think a lot of people want to just play it safe and do the whole, I don't want to. I'm calling out names. Q, your boy Q. Q, I fuck with you because you do your thing, you do your little thing, and I don't want to, But you always trying to play it safe, bro. You always trying to play it safe and act like, um, oh, I don't want to sell you on this and say you're not selling us on nothing, bro. You can't sell us on anything. We're not looking to you for prediction information. Like it's just an opinion. It's not about you trying to be, you just don't want to look back and say, "Oh, I said this, I said that." Well, I think the reason why you be so off so much is because all you do is talk, is dick ride everything that anybody does, just like you do it now. Dick ride Chip Kelly, dick ride Pete. These motherfuckers ain't did nothing yet. So you can't everything can't be right because they're here. Every year it's like, nah, bro, talk about the bad. Like be real about it, but you can't because you work for the organization. So that's why it's always probably that's why it's easy to figure out why you're wrong all the time. Why a lot of y'all just over and it goes deeper than that, but I ain't gonna get into it. A lot of y'all don't know ball. Y'all don't know talent. You can't scout talent. A lot of y'all pick talent off of biasness, off of certain biasness, off of shit that don't translate to the field. A person being a good person, a person being a character guy. Yeah, some of that do translate, but some of that don't. And we miss out on certain shit because of just like, man, listen, if you know how to coach, if you got real coaches, real men in the building, they could check another man, especially when you the new boot. And I'm talking about from the coaches to the players, like, yo, I don't care what you did in college. I don't care what nothing. This is what we doing. Oh, you don't want to get with it? Or get gone. That's it. Period, point blank. That's how we'll figure out you a bad character guy because you ain't listening to what we telling you. We gonna get that best talent, but I ain't about to fucking pick Tyree Wilson over CJ Stroud or over Jalen Carter. Because what? Cleveland Farrell over who we should have had. I forgot old boy name. Come on, man. We ain't we gotta pick the ballers that we know is the ballers. Motherfuckers be scared to deal with certain people. Like, bro, that mean we got pussy ass coaches. We got bitch ass coaches, and it's the coaching staff that don't know how to evaluate because they keep picking these sorry motherfuckers, these average motherfuckers, because they afraid to deal with certain type of players. And they just don't know how to evaluate talent like that. But I will say, this offseason, I did a lot of mock drafts. I think we hit maybe four of the players that I mocked multiple times to our team. I picked Darian Porter, uh, what's his name? Rogers. I think it's like Carlos Rogers, the lineman from Rutgers. Um, Dante Thornton. Now Dante Thornton, I only picked maybe three times to our our class. Of course, Ashton Jeanty, that's three. Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. I picked Charles. Oh, Tonka Hemingway. That was the one that I kept picking up to our team as well. So Ashton Jeanty, Caleb Rogers, Darian Porter, Charles Grant, Dante Thornton, Tonka Hemingway are all players that I picked up on our team during draft simulations leading up to the draft. Check this out too. Guess who else I picked up on our team that ended up getting picked up in the the free they were, the undrafted free agents. Mello Dotson from Kansas, who was on the other side of Kobe Bryant. Mello Dotson is a turnover machine at DB. He's sneaky. We talking about a dude. I forgot if he had 7 interceptions last season, but we talking about 2 interceptions in one game type games. This dude just finds a way to get the ball. And I actually was picking him up in the draft, and we got him as an undrafted free agent. So of course, because we picked so many players that I kept an eye on and picked up on our team, I'm gonna be like, yeah, we had a great draft. So and we've been doing so much dumb shit that I feel like, man, y'all need to hire me and listen to me. So the fact that there's decisions that's been made and I just from sitting on the couch made them same decisions, I'm like, okay. When I look at the offseason, okay, it's not bad. I feel like there's a lot. I even feel like in the draft there's other things that we could have did. Jack Best, don't get me wrong, I love him, but I feel like at that point, I forgot. I think what's his name from I was it Will Johnson from the DB from Michigan was still sitting there, and we needed a DB so bad. But I'm glad we got Darian Porter but we could have got him and the other dude. Jack Best is nice, but we really didn't need him because I'm like, okay, y'all just drafted another Jacoby Ford. I mean, Jacoby Myers. He's the same thing as Jacoby Myers. Just he's really the same thing as like we don't have another number one. That's why I'm so big on Dante Thornton because Dante Thornton can be a number one, but I don't know if he will be. But I know he'll be at he'll be at least he'll be a distraction. If we can get Dante Thornton, he could be a distraction. If we can get Dante Thornton to play at just a 70% level at least. We talking about a dude that's 6'5", runs a 4.3. If we can get him to play at 70, 75% at minimum, he's gonna cause distractions. I think our wide receiver core is solid. It's not the best because we just need a number one, but we have a lot of good players. You talk about Jacoby Myers, DJ Turner. Is it I always say my boy's name wrong. It's not DJ Turner. You know my boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Um, Brock Byers, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton. Like, I think pass catcher wise, we have some threats. Nobody is just okay, double team him, but we have some threats. And when you throw Ashton Jeanty in the mix, I think there's a lot you can do. Um, so yeah, man, I'm just proud to see what we doing this offseason. It does feel a little bit different. I will say that. And I keep my opinion as honest as possible. It feels a little bit different. 12 and 5 is very high, yes. 9 and 8, I can see that. If we go 8, 9, I can see that too. But I can see 9 and 8 for sure as a floor. So just wanted to come over here, holler at y'all. Y'all already know what it is. I'm gonna get better at this thing as far as just trying to keep it a little bit shorter, not get long-winded. Give y'all a little bit more fun topics, find ways to make it a little bit more fun. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in. Y'all already know what it is. Sports Yak, we back. Killer Candle Pilot. Let me fly it. Man, and we out this. Yeah.